Now, I was going to give y'all a song this morning, but now you're not going to get one. Because I'm eager to get to the message. Okay? Eager to get to the message. This is Black History Month, and y'all really do look fabulous. And so I was going to sing Precious Lord, Take My Hand. No, I'm not going to sing it now. I want to get to the message because I'm just anxious. I'm excited about the word. But that was what I was going to sing for Black History Month because that was Martin Luther King's favorite song. So since it is Black History Month, I'm going to give you a Black History tip. The same God that was on the slave ship is the same God that saved you. He's the same one that put a roof over your head, food on your table, the one that takes care of your children when they're at school. That's the same God. It doesn't matter whether you're red, black, white, blue, green, it doesn't matter. You all belong to God. That's your Black History tip for this month.
All right.
And all the songs that those ladies sung today, it's going to get off into my message. For a thought, valley moments. Everybody loves when things are going good. You can tell God, thank you, hallelujah, put a shout on when everything is going your way. But what happens when things don't go the way that you expected to? What happens when pressure is applied? The 23rd Psalms. There's only 6 verses in it. God told me to make it personal. To make it personal for you today. I got to check something out here and make sure this works because Sarah says it works. Oh, it does work. All right. I can't get it back on now, but I got it off. Okay. We're going to turn it off after a while, but turn it back on right now because they need to see. I once was blind, but now I see. So you need to see this morning. The 23rd Psalms. God told me to make it personal. Chaplain Gibson, Chaplain Thomas, Chaplain Shannon, they can't give it to you like I'm supposed to give it to you today.
All right.
They have no idea how God has used them to build up to this moment. Back in October, John went into the hospital. And me, I have discerning spirits. I know when stuff is not quite right. I did everything I could to duck and dodge going to Crestview Hospital. They don't have a good track record, you see.
All right.
I did everything I could to avoid going to Crestview Hospital. So I drove all the way to Niceville. Because at Crestview Hospital, you got a shotgun, they break out with Band-Aid. You just never know.
Well.
John became very ill. And as you know, my husband is 100% kidney failure. He is on dialysis. He was running a fever of 103.7. I drove past Crestview Hospital, made it to Niceville. Dr. Banks said, hey, we need to admit him. And I'm trying everything I could to get in Twin Cities Hospital. He said, no, you got to take him back to Crestview because they don't have the specialists that he needs here. Take him back where all of his doctors are at. There was a gripping in my heart because that's a loved one. You know how it feels when that's yours. That's your child. That's your husband. That's your friend. That's your mama. That's your daddy. That's your brother. That's your sister. And see, John and I are very close. I get in trouble sometimes, but we are very, very close. And so Dr. Banks gave me a letter and stuck in an envelope, said you go right straight to Crestview Hospital and hand it to that nurse in that mission, and they should take you back right away. To get John out of that doctor's office, we had to get a wheelchair. He was staggering. Went up 85, got to stop because now he's got to regurgitate. Pulling up under the pavilion of the emergency room in Crestview, thinking that I could run in, tell them my problem, and they help me. I go inside, tell the first nurse, my husband is sick, he's staggering, he's got a fever of 103.7, he can't walk, I'm concerned about him falling. Could y'all help me? She continued to do what she wanted to do. No help, no assistance. I start searching the hospital for a wheelchair. Couldn't even find a wheelchair in the emergency room. So I go to the second nurse. I said, ma'am, I need help. My husband's in the car up on the emergency room pavilion. Need a wheelchair. She sat back down, continued to do what she wanted to do. Eventually, she got up, searched the hospital the same way I did, no chair. So she had to go to other areas of the hospital in order to find a wheelchair. She come back, gave me the wheelchair, gave me a crash course on how to operate the wheelchair. There's a difference, thank God, for Minister Cooper instead of Pastina Cooper. Because Pastina Cooper would have showed up, showed out,
Well,
but I can't let the devil have any glory.
all right.
So I found myself saying, Pat, keep it together. I handed the lady the letter. Oh, and let me tell you something else. God put some of the strangest folks in your way to help you. When I went back out to get my husband out of the car because I wasn't getting any assistance from the hospital, there was this little old skinny white guy. The cigarettes was bigger than he was. He had one in the left hand, one in the right hand. He was just chain smoking. And he looked at me, he said, ma'am, you need some help? I said, yes, sweetie, I sure do. He said, well, let me put out the cigarettes and I'm gonna help you. We get him, he actually helped me put John into the wheelchair. And he said, ma'am, if you don't mind, you can move your car out of under the pavilion just in case there's another emergency, and I'll push him in for you if it's okay. Baby, help me. See how God put folks in your place when you need it. Only to get back on the inside to that mission for us to have to hurry up and wait. Hand them the letter and everything, but you still got to hurry up and wait. Eventually, John went into the emergency room. They placed him in a room, only once again for us to hurry up and wait. It took so long that the doctor walked in the room apologizing right off the bat because Pastina was getting ready to show up. But he came in there with the right attitude, being apologetic. Ma'am, I'm so sorry. I know that you've been here a long time. I know how long you wait. It's when people just acknowledge something, you know how it just sort of calm you down? That's a good thing. I said, okay. He said, look, I'm giving him medicine. The fever spikes right back up. Said the medicine take the fever down, but it spikes right back up. He said, we're going to put him in a room as soon as one could become available. Later on, the room became available. So the nurse came to wheel him up to the second floor of the main hospital, room 232. It's where he's supposed to go. I get ready to get in the elevator with John and the nurse that's escorting him to room 232. Needless to say, the nurse looked back at me and said, oh, excuse me, ma'am, you can't ride the elevator with us. It's just meant for the patient and the medical staff. You need to go find your own elevator to ride. Pastina almost showed up again. And I said, you know what, ma'am? I'm gonna go home and pack John an overnight bag, get myself an overnight bag, and I'll be back, grab something to eat. Guys, I was gone at least an hour to an hour and a half. I come back. John is not in room 232. But when I left the hospital, they was at the elevator and she wouldn't let me get home. I find my husband, this is like a hallway, and I'm walking down there humming to myself, trying to make it to room 232. And I heard somebody say, hey baby, and I thought, that man sound like my husband. So but I'm knowing that he should be down here in the last room on the left, in room 232. So I'm thinking, it can't be him, it just sound like him. So I start walking again. Hey baby, God, that sound like my husband. And I'm like, I know he can't see me from all the way down there in room 232. You know, he's not Superman, he can't see through the walls. That third time I got ready to move, he said, hey baby, you act like you don't know me no more. Pat. I turned and looked to the right. There's my husband, alone, stuck in the elevator. You know whether he was on the second floor, halfway in the elevator, halfway out. The wheels on his bed, instead of them rolling straight, they had turned in and had lounged in between the elevator floor and the second floor. So he could not, and he's still in the hospital bed now, running a fever, delirious. He could have been up running around. Thank God he laid there. And I'm so thankful that he recognized me when I passed by. And he said, I'm in the elevator by myself. I said, well, honey, why are you by yourself? He said, look down there, it's stuck. He said, the nurse going to get some help. I'm thinking to myself, how long does it take to get some help? I got our overnight bags, put it on top of the hospital bed. And me, I have 10 brothers, I'm the only girl, so I got muscles. I reached down and I lifted that whole bed up with John in it. And I pushed him down to his room 232. By the time I had got the head of the bed into the room, that's when all the nurses showed up. What are you doing? They was over there scolding me. You're breaking all the hospital rules and regulations. You're not supposed to be lifting no bed. You're not supposed to lift anything around. I said, well, I think both of us are probably breaking hospital rules and regulations. Me lifting and you leaving him unattended.
All right. All right.
But once again, Pastina could have showed up. But Minister Cooper hung out. Thanks be to God. John was in the hospital for 10 days. 7 of them was on the main floor. Now I thought once I saw him stuck in the elevator and the service that we got when we arrived, it can't get no worse than that. So I thought. The first 7 days John was in the hospital, he had a certified nurse's aide, which was me, because the hospital was not changing his linen. One morning they forgot to give him breakfast. It was after 10 o'clock, so I got to run out to Burger King and grab him some breakfast. You know, it just makes you angry sometimes when people don't do what they're supposed to do, what they're paid to do. I'm looking at, my husband got 3 insurance. He should get better service than this. And then, of course, it takes them a whole hour or more to give him his medication. One person. Because each time they come, oh, he's on this medication, it's in the refrigerator. Oh, I forgot to get the stuff to flush this here IV. I mean, just back and forth, back and forth. And I began to pray. I said, now God, now you see why I didn't want to come by this hospital. Now you see, you try me. On the 7th day of John being in the hospital, I had made up my mind. I'm going to finally go home. I'm going to scratch out in the bed and get a good night's sleep, because I had been sleeping in a chair next to his hospital bed. Because it's just that thing about it, I just didn't trust them because of the stuff that I had observed. And I had made up my mind, I'm going to go home, I'm going to lay out in that Craftmatic bed, I'm going to turn on that vibrator on it, I'm going to flip up the head and flip up the foot. I'm going to relax and enjoy myself for a moment. Once I made that decision, and I'm sitting over there watching John, making sure that he go to sleep before I leave. The next thing I knew, I heard somebody holler, "Ow! I'm bleeding to death, I'm bleeding to death." I said, "John, calm down. You must have fell asleep, you must have been dreaming." He said, "No, lift up the cover." When I lift up the cover, blood shot against the wall. It was running off the foot of the bed. By this time, I told him, "Honey, I'm going to apply pressure." Trying to stay calm. But that wasn't an calm situation. But I was trying to stay calm and not lose it. Being in law enforcement 30 years, you got to learn how not to lose it. I almost lost it, but I gathered it together. I said, "Baby, tell you what you do. Mash that buzzer for the nurses. Let them come." And I said, "But I'm going to apply pressure until they get here." He mashed the buzzer and he mashed the buzzer. No one responded. I'm thinking maybe he don't know what he's doing. I said, "Okay, I'm going to come over there and I'm going to mash that buzzer." I mashed that buzzer 3 times. No one said a word. What good is having an emergency room button if ain't nobody going to answer?
Well,
Finally, I looked at him and I said, "Baby, I'm going to have to go down here and yell and get some help." So I go down the hospital hallway yelling, "Somebody help me. This is an emergency. He's bleeding to death. Help me." I get to the nursing station. I find a nurse just sitting there. I said, "Ma'am, my husband's bleeding to death. I need you to come right away." She said, "I'll be there." It's like she didn't understand that this is a real emergency. I said, "Ma'am, blood is on the wall. It's running off the foot of the bed." This nurse had 2 speeds: extra slow and stop. So I run back down there and I started trying to hold the pressure because I noticed that John was getting extremely weak. And I began to talk to the Lord. "Lord, help me. There's nothing I can really do, because when a person have a fistula, it's connected to one of the main arteries. So they're going to bleed like crazy." And all I can do was hear my husband sitting there saying, "Pat, I love you. Keep the family together." That's the part that just truly broke my heart. When pressure's applied, that's when you find out what's truly on the inside. That when he noticed that he was going out, getting weaker and weaker, he just cared about his family. "Pat, I love you. Tell the children I love them. Hold everything together." And that's a big task there, and I'm over here trying to help save you, and you tell me all this and stuff. I'm just not ready for all of this. Before his fistula exploded in his arm, there was 2 doctors up in there, basically back and forth, because John's blood was extremely low. Dr. LeBron was saying, "Oh, he'll fight back, he'll be all right." Dr. Madera was saying, "No, because we're going to have to do extra surgeries on him and his blood level needs to be right. I think he needs a blood transfusion." Dr. LeBron said, "Have it your way." I'm so thankful for God that he put Dr. Madera there, because just before that fistula exploded in John's arm, they had given him a blood transfusion. When they brought him out of the room, Thomas Watts had showed up, and Reverend Compton. You would have thought that I had called them, but I did not. God knows what to do, when to do it, how to do it.
All right.
And he is an on-time God.
Amen.
I looked at Thomas and I said, Watts, call all the saints and tell them to start praying. Pray without ceasing. And at that point, I was just so broke up that all I could do was just raise my hand to the Lord and say, Lord, help me. Help me. I don't have no special and magical words to say, but Lord, help me. Next thing I know, Pastor Compton shows up. And he said, Pat, I felt more sorry for you than I did for John. Said that you could just tell that you done been through a storm. And that's one of the songs that the male chorus sings sometimes. A song about a storm. I was so terrified when they put him in the elevator to take him to ICU. Pastor Compton escorted me down to ICU, and he said, Pat, it's going to be all right. God has got this. My daughter was coming because I called her. She had every Crestview Police Department car behind her because she's about to run the paint off of that white car. And if you know my daughter, she don't play about her mama and her daddy. So she come to the hospital and brought the whole police force with her. And so the police began to antagonize her, just bother her, saying ain't nothing going on, you just trying to avoid a speech. She was telling them, no, my daddy is here and he's in ICU. That child, like I said, don't play her radio when it come down to her parents. I was so proud of her, how God had moved on her heart, where she wasn't combative and argumentative. She told him to do what you gotta do, and she said that. I'm over there still praying, Lord, help me. I need you, God. So this is going to bring us to the 23rd Psalms. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. Everybody loved that first verse. Everybody even loved the 6th verse. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house forever. Everybody liked that first verse. Everybody liked that 6th verse. But baby, there's some stuff that goes in the middle. To get you from verse 1 to verse 6, sometimes you just got to go through something.
Come on.
Verse 2. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. Everybody liked it when they got green pasture. They got a roof over their head. They got food on the table. They send their children to college. Oh, they got a fat bank account. They drive the best car that they make.
Come on.
That's those green pastures. You like that? Then you get to the 3rd verse. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. We all love it when God order our steps and lead us in the path of righteousness.
Amen.
I'm going to concentrate on verse 4. So I'm going to take you to verse 5. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil. And you love it when your cup runneth over. You remember Chaplain Thomas breaking out the cup runneth over. You like that. That's that overflow. Now you got something that you can share. But we're going to concentrate on verse 4. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Did y'all notice that word shadow? Shadow of death. In order to have a shadow, you got to have some light. I don't know if y'all can see it. Can't y'all see a little shadow? Okay. In order to have some shadow, you got to have some light. Y'all can turn the lights back on. Jesus is the light. So even in darkness, because that's what our kids are afraid of sometimes, they turn off the light, turn off that light and see on that child having a fit sometimes. I got a grandson that used to go crazy when the lights go off, but as long as he had his own personal flashlight, you leave that light on, but he got him a little bit of light. That's your valley moment. That's your valley moment. What happens when pressure is applied? This is you. That's pressure. What are you going to do? What are you going to do when times get rough? What are you going to do when times get hard? What are you going to do when pressure is applied? What you have on the inside, brothers and sisters, is going to come to the outside.
All right. Amen.
I promise you. Go to the traffic light and watch somebody run the traffic light and almost T-bone somebody. Look at their face expression and watch their mouth.
All right.
You can read the words coming out of their mouth. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? What's on the inside? When pressure is applied, it's going to come to the outside. When I was in the IC room, I seen all of the saints there praying. Now, I'm at a point where fear had gripped me because I didn't want to be alone. I'm his helpmate. I didn't want to be alone. Because I told him a long time ago, John Cooper, the same many years you were married to Betty Cooper, I want mine. And a day. At least a day. So he owed me a whole lot more time because we'll be married 13 years in May. And him and Betty was married for 39 years before God called her home. So you owe me some more time, so you need not be trying to check about it here. I had no idea how things was going to turn out. I look around and I got all the saints there praying. When they called me back to ICU, y'all, I was gripped with so much fear. And let me tell you something, fear is not of the Lord.
Amen.
That's not of the Lord, not fear. But even as a minister, I was gripped with fear of being alone. I was too afraid to ask the doctor or the nurse, is he living or is he dead? I go down to the room, head hung down, almost felt defeated. But then I turned around and I heard a voice. And that night, John had all male nurses. I heard, oh Lord, I want you to help me. Singing, oh Lord, I want you to help me. Help me on my journey. Help me on my way. Singing, oh Lord, I want you to help me. Now I'm going to tell you something. My husband loved to sing. When I heard that voice, I did not have to ask the doctor, the nurses, nobody any question. God answered the question for me by allowing my husband to be able to sing. The male nurse looked at me and said, "What is he saying? What's going on?" I said, "Baby, you won't understand it because it's a God thing, and if you're not connected to him, you don't quite get it." When pressure's applied, how are you going to respond? It could have gone the other way, you know, but God. Nobody but him. Not because John's been so good, not because I've been so good, not because the church has been so good, but God. He is so good. Let me tell you something. The same doctor that fought for John to have a blood transfusion, she come back with another doctor and they said, "Sir, you wouldn't be here if that blood transfusion had not happened. You bled out every drop of blood that we gave you, almost down to the penny." That's nobody but God and his sustaining power. Can't nobody do you like Jesus.
All right.
So when the pressure's applied, what are you going to do? How are you going to respond? How are you going to greet it? Even if it's his death.
Come on.
Because we all can be gone in a blink of an eye. But the good thing about it, if you are, and I'm going to tell you, just blink your eye one time. That's how you just check out and you before the Lord. Being absent from this world is being in the presence of God. When you live right, when you try to live holy, when you do what God asks you to do, you don't have to worry about where you're going. I'm going up yonder to be with my Lord. If anybody asks you where I'm going up yonder to be with my Lord. And I understand that death casts a frightening shadow over all of us. You know why? Because we feel entirely helpless in his presence. We can struggle with other enemies, but on death, we don't know how to handle that yet. We can handle pain, some suffering, disease, injuries, but it's that old death that you never know when he's going to show up. And sometimes that frightens us. However, keep your hand in God's hand. And I promise you, it's going to be all right. Because the Lord, he is your shepherd. You shall not have to want. Yes, he'll make you lie down in green pastures. Yes, he'll lead you beside the still water. Yes, he'll restore your soul. Yes, he'll lead you in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. But just remember, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, you don't have to fear no evil. You know why? Because God is with you. And the rod and the staff, they comfort you. In my situation, my rod and staff was Brother Watts and Brother Company, because I was getting ready to lose it, but they brought me back in. They brought me back in with their prayers, with their love, with their understanding. Thou preparest the table before me in the presence of my enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, and my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Brothers and sisters, you're going to have some valley moments. You're going to go through some stuff. You're going to pull out your Kleenex, and you're going to wipe all the tears from your eyes, the snot from your nose. You're going to anoint your head with the oil. Grease yourself like a sweet potato if you have to. All I'm saying, that God will, God can. Valley seasons, valley moments, when the odds are against you, your back is against the wall, you're in the perfect position for God to help you. You know that song, Don't Push Me, Caught So Close to the Edge. Y'all remember that song? I know y'all. Don't act like y'all been in the church forever. Y'all remember that song, right?
Yeah.
Don't push me caught so close to the edge. You ain't got to worry. God is there. He's there. You don't have to worry about that edge. God has got you. Amen.
Amen.